What is up, YouTube? It's your boy Jerry, and today's video is going to be on the Houston Rockets, and we're going to be talking about how they could potentially have a bright future, man. We're going to hop right into this video, and before we look at their future, look into their future, we're going to be talking about, we're going to kind of recap their season. Now, we all know what happened at the beginning of the season, the whole James Harden debacle, how he forced his way out, was pinning on, extra pounds, 10 pounds, looked like he put on like 10 pounds of fat. He wasn't conditioning. He didn't show up to training camps, and when the season started, when he was coming to practice, he was throwing the ball at rookies, starting fights with his teammates. So, James Harden really didn't want to be in the H-Town anymore. And, they got him out of there. We fast forward, they traded him. I think it was like a four-way deal to where the Rockets received. They received like Dante Exum, Victor Oladipo, a couple of other guys, and like 4 protected first-round picks. So, in my opinion, that's not worth, James Harden, a guy that's averaging, he averaged like 35 and 8 one season. He's just a scoring machine. But anyways, we moved past that. And in the offseason, they traded away Russell Westbrook for John Wall. They added Christian Woods to that team, which was huge. I would have loved to see James Harden try to thug it out with this team. When they had Christian Woods, they had Boogie, John Wall. I feel like that would have been fun to see that team play. I think they could have did something in the playoffs, but James Harden didn't want to be there anymore. And this led to a pretty horrible season for the Houston Rockets. They finished 17-55. They missed the playoffs for the first time in seven years, I believe. So, if you're a Houston Rockets fan, this is probably, it's probably hard for you to watch this, but there's a bright spot in everything. And I feel like for the Houston Rockets, there's a bunch of bright spots, and I feel like they got a bunch of young promising pieces. And the first guy we're gonna look at is Christian Woods. Now, Christian Woods is about, I want to say 6'10", 6'11". He played a 4, he can play the 5, and he's just one of them guys that can, he can do it all. And I know we didn't see too much of it last year because, he was in and out, mostly out last season, dealing with little knick-knack injuries, man, that had him sidelined. But, it wasn't like the Houston Rockets were going to do anything last year anyway, so they just wanted to get him healthy. So Christian Woods, he's one of them guys that can do it all. He can play defense. He can probably guard 2 through the 5 or 3 through 5. Man, he can block shots. He can move his feet. And, he's really just great. That's just his defense. You look at him on the offensive side of the ball. He can shoot the tray ball. He can finish. He's very athletic, long arms, shoot the mid-range. His post game isn't the best, but it's getting there. I think he can, develop a few more moves down there, but he's pretty decent. He know how to put the ball in the hole, man. And I saw him. I'm from Detroit. I'm a Pistons fan, man. So I seen the flashes in him, last season in Detroit. I was hurt. We couldn't hold on to him. He didn't want to be in Detroit no more. He came to Houston. But I feel like Christian Woods has a lot of untapped potential. And I feel like next season is going to be a breakout season for him. I see him as a guy that can average like 23 and 11 or 25 and 11. I feel like he's going to be a consistent double-double guy in this league. And like I said, he's young, man. So, that's one promising piece for the Houston Rockets. And then, the next guy is, what's his name? Kevin Porter Jr. And, this guy is so dynamic. And, he know how to put the ball in the hole. We saw him against the Milwaukee Bucks. He went out there and gave Drew Holiday, one of the premier defenders in his league, he went out there and gave him 50. And he was in the locker room on live. He was bragging about it, man. Somebody he gave Drew ass 50. But Kevin Porter Jr., he's one of them guys that can do it all. He's a lefty, just like James Harden. He got that Euro step like James. But he can shoot the 3 ball. He got a nice ball handle. He can break down. Almost anybody in this league. He can get to the rim. And yeah, he's just a guy that knows how to score. He got a knack for scoring. And I feel like he's gonna be pretty special in this league, man. I see him as being a guy that can average 20 points a game. But it's all up to him, if he continue to work on this game and get better, because he definitely got the he definitely got the skill set. We can see that, because not too many people go for 50. You gotta be a special type of talent to go out there and get 50 points in the NBA. So I think Kevin Porter Jr. is a guy we got to keep our eyes on. And then the biggest reason, man, the NBA draft lottery was like a few nights ago, sometime last week, and the Houston Rockets got they hit the lottery for the number 2 pick, which is huge. And they probably not gonna get Cade Cunningham. I see him getting number 1. So a couple of guys, that leave a couple of great picks on the board. You got Jalen Suggs, Jalen Green, and Evan Mobley. And I think the guy that will fit the best in Houston right now is Evan Mobley. I feel like you pair him with Christian Woods, that'd be a disgusting 4 and 5 combo. It would be like what Evan Mobley brings to the table. He's like 7 feet, and he's very athletic. And we don't see too many 7-footers that's as athletic as Evan Mobley. And another thing that Evan Mobley brings to the table is his ability to play defense. He averaged 3 blocks in college. I know it's on the collegiate level, but 3 blocks is still ridiculous. He can rebound. He's a defensive anchor. And then on the offensive side of the ball, he's a great roller for the pick and roll. And not only that, he has a high basketball IQ. So when you hit him, when you swing it to him in a roll and the defense collapse, from the corners or for the wing, he's smart enough to make the one more pass, to wherever the help is coming from. So I feel like Evan Mobley, he'd be great for this Houston Rockets team. And I feel like that's who they should select in the draft, man. But we'll never know. We got to see what how the scouts feeling, how the GM feeling, and and that's really it, man. Then we look at one more thing. We look at, man, is John Wall. Now John Wall showed that he's kind of healthy, and he showed flashes of his former self. But I feel like with the way the direction that this Houston Rockets team is going in, they don't really need John Wall. He's a lot older than the guys on this team, and I'm pretty sure John Wall at this stage of his career is looking to play for something. He's looking to start competing for championships now. So I feel like they could move John Wall, but he makes a lot of money, so it's going to be hard to trade him. I don't know where they could send him to. Maybe that'll be a separate video. We look into some trade scenarios for John Wall, but we're gonna see what's going on, man. But this, that's gonna be it for this video, man. That's why I think the Houston Rockets have a great future, man. They have Christian Woods. I think that guy's special. I think Kevin Porter Jr. is pretty special, man. And now they getting the number 2 pick in the draft, who I hope they select Evan Mobley. And then they got all them other young great pieces around them, man. So we're gonna see what the Houston Rockets do, man. And that's gonna be it for this video. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Comment down below who you want the Houston Rockets to select with the number 2 pick. And subscribe, man. Subscribe for more weekly content, man. We do this, every week, multiple times. You just know you're gonna get that video every week. And that's curtains.